The PlayStation 2 is undeniably one of the most popular consoles of all time. Some would even claim it was the best. Boasting better graphics, upgraded controllers, and a DVD player, the console was a big deal back in 2000. If you were a child living with your parents at that time, you were probably like me and used the DVD feature to convince your parents to buy a PS2. The PlayStation 2 was significantly cheaper than most DVD players on the market at the time, cementing it as a household console for most families around the world. This is all without mentioning the games, which are some of the highest quality games we've ever gotten. I'm your host with the most A to the P, Albert Perkins, and let's grab our DualShocks and memory cards and take a look at the 5 best PlayStation 2 games. Coming in at number 5, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3 is a prequel to the series set in the Cold War era of the 1960s. Players assume the role of Naked Snake, a CIA operative. He embarks on a mission to infiltrate the Soviet Union and thwart a rogue military faction known as the Cobra Unit. The game is filled with political intrigue, espionage, and betrayal as Snake navigates through jungles, swamps, and enemy encampments in pursuit of his objectives. The game featured a new camouflage system, allowing players to blend into their surroundings and evade enemy detection more effectively. The survival aspects of the game, such as hunting for food, treating injuries, and managing stamina, added a new layer of depth and realism to the gameplay experience. Snake Eater also included some iconic boss fights, such as the end, where you had to figure out a way to outsmart an old guy in a wheelchair. Most would jump into an intense stealth battle, but others would learn that you could wait the end out. That's right, you could literally wait until the boss dies of old age. This game is great, had a kick-ass soundtrack, and is a must-play in the series. If you're looking for a solid title to jump into the series, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is it for you. Up next on our list, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Honestly, this should be every GTA that was on the PS2, but if we had to pick one, we have to go with San Andreas. GTA on the PlayStation 2 was groundbreaking. Coming from a 2D top-down driving game, we landed into an immersive, fully 3D city with plenty of crimes to commit. Just about everyone owned a GTA game, especially those under the age rating, but we'll let it slide. Open world was at its finest, and at a time where a lot of developers were struggling with the concept. You could go anywhere in the game and do just about anything. You take the role of Carl C.J. Johnson, returning to his hometown of Los Santos after the murder of his mother. As C.J. navigates the dangerous streets of San Andreas, he becomes caught up in a gripping tale of crime, betrayal, and redemption if you choose to follow the story. A lot of players just like to get 5 stars and just see how long that they can survive. As in most GTA games, GTA is one of the biggest franchises in gaming, and the PlayStation 2 helped catapult them to the top. Rolling in at number 3 is Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 to many is one of the best horror games of all time. Though it leaned more towards action most of the time, there were some very scary elements within the game. Leon Kennedy, a name known around the world, is tasked with saving none other than the president's daughter. Ashley, the most annoying NPC of all time, turns the game into one giant escort mission. Quite often you will find Ashley has found herself in some danger. She makes no effort to escape or fight, and the enemy will pick her up and try to take her away. Maybe we should have let them. The remake of Resident Evil 4 made this aspect much more bearable, and many say it is one of the best remakes of all time. Overall though, Resident Evil 4 is celebrated as a groundbreaking title that pushed the boundaries of the survivor horror genre. Coming in at number 2, Rage Simulator 2, God of War 2. Kratos is just angry, seeking revenge against the gods. There is no mercy with Kratos. He accidentally murdered his family, which is, well, pretty terrible. The rage is understandable, and he will fight through countless monsters with gruesome combos. At times, he will even rip his enemies in half. The newer God of War games really focus on the storytelling and atmosphere, whereas the first few review, we're all about the action, baby. But don't get me wrong, the set pieces, music, and narrative were absolutely incredible. But where Kratos really shined was the combat. In his quest to kill the gods, he dispatches countless foes without a single thought. The combos and absolute chaos that ensues is sure to get your blood pumping and move closer to your TV. Speaking of TV, don't forget there's a God of War TV show that's in production by Amazon Prime Video. Who would you pick to play Kratos? And coming in at number 1, Shadow of the Colossus. Developed by Fumetto Uda, the game had a unique premise centered around battling 16 colossal creatures in a vast, desolate landscape, and I'm talking desolate. There is you, an unconscious lady, some lizards and birds, your horse, and 16 massive monsters. Those are the only living things in this game. Shadow of the Colossus really wants you to focus on the colossi, each one presenting their own unique challenge, forcing you to adjust your playstyle with every battle. The reason the game is one of the best PS2 games is the story, visuals, and gameplay. The visuals are stunning, especially for a PlayStation 2 game. Coming out towards the end of the PlayStation 2's life cycle, the developers took full advantage of the performance power of the console, making some of the most impressive graphics on the PS2. Did you have a PS2 back in the day? What games were some of your favorites? Should any games be on the list that we have missing? Let us know down in the comment section below. We definitely want to hear from you. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more videos just like this. Until the next one, guys, I'm your host with the most, A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you on the inside.